Hello friends, welcome to NetZex again. We will continue political theory and we will talk about different approaches to study of politics. Friends, we keep on studying politics, we keep on going, but we find that when it comes to political theory or political philosophy, we are unable to understand them properly. The main reason for that is we do not apply proper approach, or we are not aware that there are certain approaches through which political literature is written. There are certain approaches through which you have to look at the political theory, political philosophy, political ideology. Then only you will be able to understand it carefully. And that many students make this mistake. They ignore studying approaches to the study of political theory carefully. And therefore, today in a 10 minutes capsule, I am trying to encapsulate a few approaches and a need of studying political theory through certain approach. Let me explain you what do we mean by approach. See, approach is different from method. Many people often apply the word approach and method interchangeably, which is incorrect. To be very precise, as far as possible in their uses, we need to make distinction between approach and method. Approach is rather a very general term which denotes to a way of doing something. Method means a way of doing something, but approach is different than method. So in a systematic study, methods may be defined as the procedure of inquiry by which reliable knowledge could be obtained and reliable conclusions could be drawn. Method is a systematic inquiry to draw a reliable conclusion or to find out the ultimate result of any argument, any philosophy, anything. For example, scientific methods, inductive methods, deductive methods, comparative methods, so on and so forth. On the other hand, approach is a wider term. Approach is a wider term which comprehends not only the method means how to inquire, but it also looks up at the focus of our study, what to inquire. So method is just concerned with how to study, how to inquire, but approach looks at what to study. So when you have a particular approach, you will certainly come across the need of the society, what is essential in today's polity that has to be studied. So how to inquire and what to inquire becomes the pivot, the foundation of the approach. So in order to understand any given phenomenon, any event, incident, institutions, famous political scientist Vernon van Dijk, in Political Science of Philosophical Analysis published in 1960, he has stated that an approach consists of criteria of selection. So approach is a criteria of selecting any subject, any topic, any data, any matter, any material, and criteria employed in selecting the problems or questions to consider and in selecting the data to bring to bear. It consists of standards governing the inclusion and exclusion of questions and data. It also aims at commenting on the distinction between approaches and methods. So Dijk has further stated that, in brief, approach consists of criteria for selecting problems and relevant data, whereas methods are procedures for getting and utilizing data. Understand this. If you understand this one definition, your doubt will be cleared. Approach consists of criteria for selecting problems and relevant data, whereas methods are procedures of getting and utilizing the data. So therefore it may be observed that an approach is usually associated to a particular method, while method is not always associated with particular approach. Method is independent. It's a tool which can be applied with any theory, any practice and anywhere. It's a tool of practice. So method is independent. For example, behavioral approach will always be associated and inclined towards scientific study, scientific data, the existing reality on the ground, whereas normative approach would be more inclined to a critical method, philosophical method, and historical method. It will always prefer those methods to study, because norms and values can be only determined philosophically. We cannot quantify norms and values in any given social setup, political setup. It is very difficult to quantify norms and values. Whereas in behavioral method, we can quantify the data. We can assess the impact of any policy, program, any law. We can predict the behavior of the people. So therefore, approaches and methods are different. So here, empirical approach to the study of politics leads to the political analysis, and several models of political analysis emerged out of it through empirical approach, which is behavioral or field study based scientific approach. Here we have a system analysis, we have a structural functional analysis, and decision making analysis as the main areas of behavioral or empirical approach. In fact, points to several methods adopted under this approach are found in decision making approach as well. Therefore, it is very essential for you to understand difference between traditional approach and contemporary approach. There are certain approaches which are regarded as the contemporary approach, modern approach, and some of them are regarded as the traditional approach. So, and this is the tradition of study of politics, and these are, broadly speaking, approach which remains largely in vogue till the end of the Second World War. Second World War got over in 1945. So till Second World War got over, whatever approaches were followed in politics right from ancient Greek period to Second World War period are termed as traditional approach, normative approach, because they were more concerned about philosophy, values, value judgments were passed. However, after 1945, we have seen evolution of political theories that have contributed to the behavioral studies, that have focused to the real world problem rather than speculated world problem, philosophical problem. They started dealing with the real world problems. Scholars like Robert Hall and Alan Ball, they have rather studied politics and society in a different manner. Alan Ball, in his book Modern Politics and Government, published in 1988, he has suggested that the use of the label traditional is neither a criticism nor a refutation of the obvious fact that they still play important role in political studies. So in other words, traditional approaches to the study of politics have not become all outdated, but they are no longer favored by the champions of contemporary approach. They are useful, but in contemporary approaches, philosophy and traditional methods are less useful. So, like a few decades ago, it was argued that the contemporary approaches focus on facts while traditional approaches focus on the value. Thus, today we need a balance of facts and values both. A society without value would be blind with facts, and a society without facts again would be misled. It cannot move ahead. It will be a superstitious and parochial and narrow minded society. Therefore, we need a balance between values and data. We need balance between traditional and modern. Therefore, it is true that traditional study of politics was dominated by the study of philosophy, history, law and institution. Hence, philosophical approach, historical approach, legal approach, institutional approach are usually identified as the traditional approaches. On the other hand, contemporary approaches are faced with the problem of the identity of discipline. They particularly focus on the phenomena of politics as a process as manifested in the behavior of different actors in the political situation. So, modern approach focuses upon the actors of politics and how they behave, why people we have in the way they do, why people vote in the way they do, why certain area is more developed, civic sense in certain country is better than other countries. These are the fortress of and areas of the study of behavioral approach or modern approach. So hence behavioral approach is typically a contemporary approach with other approaches like system theory approach, and they are interdisciplinary. Modern approach is interdisciplinary in nature. Today you cannot understand things by studying one subject only. The impact of GDP will be seen in the society, so its sociological impact, its political impact, its international impact, its impact on our thought process, our philosophy, our way of communicating, everything will be influenced by one single thing called GDP. So two the things have become interdisciplinary. So this is all about introduction to approaches. I will be discussing each and every approach separately. Approaches like institutional approach, system approach, Marxist approach, feminist approach, historical approach, etc. to the study of politics. So in one line, approaches means your perception, your view to perceive something, to look at something and study it systematically. How do you look at it? For some, the glass may be half full, it may be half full, and for other it may be half empty. Why? Two opinion about the same reality, same data, because we have different approach. So I stop here. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe and share our channel so that we can reach and spread knowledge to maximum people. Thank you so much.